Can you hear me okay? Okay, I speak loud, so I may not need the mic. I'm Alice. I am from Austin, Texas. I'm Korean American, so I'm really excited to be here today in Seoul. So thank you very much for having me.
It's for the YouTube.
Oh, for the YouTube, okay.
Excuse me. Okay.
Let's try this again. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me here in Seoul. I'm really happy to be here and meet everyone here. My name is Alice Park, and I am on the marketing team from Protocol Labs. And I want to talk to you about the DeStor network portal. And I'm going to show you why you should all join the portal to access marketing content for the DeStor network. So let's jump right in. Let's see.
Sorry.
No problem. We'll go old school. So the agenda within this very quick time that we have together, I'm going to give you a quick introduction of my background and why I'm here and my journey. And we'll talk a little bit about my marketing priorities for global channel marketing. And then we'll go through a quick tour of the DeStor portal. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So just a little bit about myself. Why am I here today? Well, I joined Protocol Labs in April, so I'm new to this ecosystem, so thank you everyone for being so welcoming. My background is in marketing and go-to-market. For the past 13 years, my specialty is in enterprise go-to-market, global product marketing. I worked for Oracle for about 7 years. I actually did sales training and marketing content for over 1,000 sellers across the world, over 30 different cities. And what I love the most about that job is no matter where I went, no matter where I was, in Dubai, in Korea, in Austin, Texas, we all had the same goal, right? So it's all about relationships. It's all about building the relationships to be able to ultimately help the client be successful. So similarly, I spent my time at Oracle helping sales teams and marketing teams with their go-to-market strategy. And I'm here today because I think we're all in this very exciting time to be able to grow the network. And I want to be able to help provide the marketing content and amplify what everyone is doing when it comes to marketing. So a little bit about myself. I am in Austin, Texas, but I like to say I'm a citizen of the world. I love to travel. I love to eat, so no matter where I go, I love to take some food photos and take something back with me around the culture of where I'm visiting. And I also spent my time in San Francisco working at Oracle. So thank you very much for having me here today in this exciting world of decentralized storage. So that brings me to explaining, well, DeStor, what is that word, DeStor? I've been hearing that a lot, right? DeStor sounds like DeStor, decentralized storage. I realized when I was in Hong Kong and here in Korea, when I say the word DeStor, no matter what language people speak, I think you can kind of understand it explains the industry that we're in. It's the space that we're in. And it's a very complicated, hard to understand industry if you're very new to it, right? So with that, I am going to help resolve that challenge. And I want to share with you the very first priority that I have, which is the DeStor network portal. This is a program for global storage providers that I am activating. You all are invited to have access to this portal, which has access to go-to-market content, blogs, videos, presentations, everything that you can utilize to be able to talk with clients. The best thing about it, in my opinion, is English is not everyone's first language. So I am translating the content on there into Korean, Chinese, and Spanish to start. So I'd love all of your feedback, and please let me know once you get access. in what you think about the content. So once I have succeeded in fulfilling my priority here, my second priority is of course increasing the DeStor brand awareness. For Web 2 traditional audiences, decentralized storage is very hard to understand. There's not that much content out there. We have a website called DeStor.com, DeStor.io, that we will be having lots of thought leadership content on that you can share directly. And lastly, as I mentioned, the expansion of regional SP engagements. This is a personal goal of mine, and why I'm here today is I want to understand what you're hearing with your client conversations and what kind of content is needed. And I'd love to help amplify some of the best practices that we all have learned together as a network. So with that, this is a preview of the DeStor network portal. So one-stop shop for go-to-market content. And as I mentioned, there'll be sales kits, case studies, marketing assets, and community highlights, as well as announcements. If you scan that QR code, you can sign up with filling out the application for your organization, and everyone on your team will have access to this content. So what do I get if I sign up for this portal, right? It's all of this content that you can share with email campaigns, with social media. You can even share it after a meeting with someone that you just met with. So all of the collateral that you would need. In addition to that, you'll get to see updates from me around the global community and any highlights that I am adding on a bi-weekly basis. So it's going to be very active with lots of different announcements coming from the network and the community. We have a very active global community, so this is, for me, a way for me to stay involved and understand all the different activities, but also have it in one place because there's so many different channels, so many different active programs that are happening that we want to share. So I will be capturing all into this one portal and sending it out by emails and Slack notifications. Another program that's for the DeStor Network portal program is the Client Explorer program. If we click on this link, it makes it really easy for storage providers to submit their client logos. And ultimately, once that's submitted, the logo will show up onto this landing page for the Filecoin Client Explorer, and it's showcasing all of the different clients. And you see here lots of universities and research. We have seen a lot of successful logos come up here in the archival data category, specific to academia and research, which is really interesting, and I'd love to learn more if there's some similar patterns here in Korea. So I'm going to give you a quick tour. I won't give you a live demo, but if you have any questions after this, I will be happy to set you up. And for the majority of the Korean audience, I grabbed the screenshots here. First thing that you should do once you get access is change the language to your preferred language, and everything is automatically translated for your view. So at the very right side, you'll see the latest videos. Right here, you see the latest AMA that I hosted with the Decentralized Storage Alliance, the DSA, on their latest release on ceiling optimizations. So that is all recorded with subtitles in Korean, Chinese, and Spanish, as well as upcoming events that we are having. I know there's so many different events, so I will always highlight in the banner here for your view. And the new documents that I've loaded here. In addition to that, some of these resources may look familiar to you. You have the storage provider docs page, the ROI calculator, the foundational links that you may need to access from time to time as a storage provider. And these are the client blogs that I mentioned on DeStor.io. These are mostly educational blogs and thought leadership blogs around external audiences that you can share with someone who is interested in learning more about DeStor and someone who is looking to have another conversation with you. It's also great for social campaigns too. And other important announcements, I'd love to highlight some of your activities as well. So any SP spotlights or solution provider spotlights, I do my best to put all of the updates here in this announcement section. So this is where I imagine all of the network's contributions here to be highlighted. So pretty simple, right? It's content in one place. We all get connected as a network. One other thing that you could think about is subscribing to the newsletter. This is different to the portal. This is a quarterly newsletter that I will be sending out. We also have our Twitter social channels. The Filecoin SP one is one that I manage directly, and that one is for the storage provider audience. The Filecoin DeStor one on the right is more of that thought leadership content, the blogs around our target audience for clients. So that is something that you should also take a look at as well. And
so you're managing the Filecoin SP Twitter account and the YouTube.
The Twitter, yep.
Yeah, Twitter account.
Yep. And the Slack channel here is one that I feel is the most centralized for global audiences. Please have a conversation with me after this around what is the proper channel that you'd like to engage and have community conversations with, so that we can make sure that all the updates are getting to the channels that you prefer. All right, and this is my leaving note with you, because we wouldn't be a network if it wouldn't be the DeStor network. And this is a program that I'm running around wanting to hear your story. And it's pretty simple: who you are, what you do, and why you do it. There's a simple form that I'm going to ask you to fill out if you're interested, when you're ready, to share your story with the community. And that should be it. Here are the steps around how to register your organization. A quick little video that I made for you to navigate around that. That's it. Can't wait to connect with you more. Thank you.
Happy to see you again here. I'm Swan. I'm the co-founder of stFIL. So some of you guys might meet yesterday, and happy to have more introduction on the LSD, and also how is it high level speaking, and also I'll have a quick demo on stFIL. And if you're a storage provider, how can you onboard easily? So 안녕하세요. And I will get you a high overview of what is LSD first. So actually, I want to ask, anybody of you know what is liquidity-staked derivatives that James just mentioned? And anybody have already get on board already? Maybe some storage provider did already, or maybe some not. Actually, liquidity-staked derivatives is how to solve the liquidity problem and increase the independence and also operational flexibility of all the digital assets. In the common types of LSD here, we got two types that you might heard already, like Lido. Lido is that it increased by the LSD quantity, and Rocket Pool is that it grows by the LSD value. So they are more on the Ethereum side. However, the LSD is also can happen on Filecoin. But why we need LSD on Filecoins? That's because Lido have one on Ethereum, but why Filecoin also need this? It's because that Filecoin actually is very beneficial to have an LSD here. In Filecoin network, with the consensus mechanism requires Filecoin to that collateral that you can do the storage mining. However, LSD can make up a liquidity problem easier for the storage provider. So if you're a storage provider, you might also facing some liquidity problem because you need many Filecoin. However, if you have liquid staking on Filecoin, then you can have a better capital utilization. You don't need to lock up your Filecoin for so long period. I think for Filecoin, if you are a miner, you might lock up for like half year or maybe up to 3 years. But now you can do like have a higher liquidity and also better capital utilization. And on the whole high level speaking, if you got Filecoin LSD, that the user will be more eager to participating in building a network like stFIL, and also I see many builders here like Collectif and also FIL Swan, so many builders on here. And then more users can be more eager to do on the ecosystem. And then the trading use will be better and also promoting the construction of the storage facilities. Also, because LSD by staking, the selling pressure of Filecoin itself will be less, so that we don't, because Filecoin price may drop a little bit, and then it can also help promoting, reduce the selling pressure as well. And then, thank you. Also, Filecoin now mining, we can see some inefficiency. Just now I mentioned that they might have some liquidity problem, but actually the complexity is also a problem for new storage provider. If you want to be a storage provider now, it might need some time for you to adapt to, and also take some time to learn how to be a storage provider. Also, you need many money, yes. And also, it's quite centralization for one storage provider to do. If you want to invest, it's quite centralized because you need to rely on one storage provider. And also, if you only have a small amount of Filecoin, it's not that easy for you to get into a new storage provider and also communicate with them. And it will become many barriers. But however, we all know that Filecoin mining now is still profitable and also is still worth to do. So how can we make it better? And that's why we got FVM. FVM is like launched in March, and then what has happened when FVM and LSDFi? It will become more decentralized because the miner knows themselves smart contract, and LSDFi on FVM can achieve a closed loop of fund that can make the whole LSD more decentralized. So it's a question coming in. How can the early stage of LSD5 become more successful? And how can be more efficient? That's a problem that we need to solve. What we're thinking about is that we should provide exits easier for users, and also the liquidity problem needs to be solved, as well as the interest rate model is to be combining that it can facilitate the Filecoin and also the token to be exchanged on the smart contract. Also, we should construction to the application of LSD token. You need so many infrastructure around, like DAS, like Swap, and also maybe Oracle. So many infrastructure need to be mature in order to have a successful LSD ecosystem. So now actually the Filecoin LSDFi is quite vibrant. You can see on DeFi Llama. DeFi Llama is like a DeFi app that you can check many DeFi apps here. And then I'm glad that stFIL is still the largest TVL on the Filecoin system. And now I'll have a little bit demonstration of how stFIL can be done on Filecoin. So because I think the topic of I'm doing is very boring, so I want to have some demo. Actually, now, not this one. Is while you have now today APY is 10%, and we got around $70 million TVLs in our protocol, and around 1.6 million Filecoin here. So very simple. If you are stickers that you want to stick the Filecoin into our protocol, you can put a Filecoin here, like type how many Filecoin you want to stick, and then you can also calculate how many Filecoin you're gonna get when you have this interest rate. And if you want to unstick, you can just simply put unstick and put back the stFIL into the protocol. And then you can also check how many Filecoin is available for us to get borrowed. If you're a storage provider, it's more easier. So you can just get to see how many storage provider we have now. Currently we have around 60 something. And then we also support cross node. If you have 2 nodes under one owner, you can do a cross node that you can share that and also share the asset that you guys have. So if you want to onboard, it's very easy. You can just type your node here. Maybe I can type second largest node on Filecoin. And then it's very national. It's not my node. I hope it's mine. And then you can just press owner or beneficiary. If you are on a node, it can give you 50% of that ratio. you can just click change owner address proposal, and that's all. Yes, it's very easy, and I think it takes less than 5 minutes maybe. So basically, if you want to refer your friends to in our program, please do it. You got referral program. So, but I'm not going to talk about, yes, you can referral program. We got rebate, and up to, I think, as most, we can do 5%. So please try if you want to refer some friend. Okay, so I'll get back to the slide. Yes, here. So more basically, just get back easier. If you have Filecoin here, you can just put them into our pool. It's like a swimming pool, and then you can get stFIL back. stFIL is an interest-bearing token that you can use as proof of your stake in the Filecoin system. And then it's in 1-to-1 ratio, and no lockup period here. And also, if you're a storage provider, you can borrow the Filecoin back, and you can do your mining stuff, and also you can pay back the interest into FIL, and then so that it can help to facilitate the whole Filecoin network. The storage provider and also the token holder, they can have a better utilization of their fund. So that is enough. It's beneficial for all the ecosystem. And then it's why we need leverage farming. Actually, it's very simple. If you have like more Filecoin, it will become more returns for you as a storage provider. And also, for some benefits, I'll go very quickly. Because if you're a storage provider, it can become hyper-visibility. And also, we don't request so many authority from you. You can just delegate your beneficiary and owner address to us, and you can retain your owner permissions. And if you want to know more, please talk to me later, but I'm not going to dip here. And also, a very simple operation that you just see now, just within 5 minutes. And also, we support cross-node because our team is managing storage power and also providing service to many people that we know what storage provider wants, and then we want to protect their right as much as possible. And also, if you are a Filecoin token holder, it's much more easier. It's very intuitive that why you need to use stFIL or maybe other DeFi protocol as well, because it provides you more liquidity, and also you can stick within just one Filecoin as well, and then it's compatible to many wallets. We also support the cross-address transfer from F1234 to 0x. We developed our own MetaMask plugin as well, and then it's less risk if you just stick with one centralized storage provider, because we diversify the risk to all storage provider and all token holder, so it's easier to use, high liquidity as well. And I'm glad that over 4 months we got very quickly in the growth. And also we have sponsored by Robert, the Falco Foundation, to do some meetup, and also some developer community, and also some storage provider from Korea is coming to our Hong Kong to join our event. I'm very glad to meet them. And also it's helpful to get so many users on board and also investment as well. And then, so at the end of the day, why we need Filecoin DeFi, and also how is the future? The future will be like, because if we have a higher leverage for storage provider, and then we can develop KYC functions, and also we want to help them to use less amounts to have higher return. And also we will develop DAO governance and cross-speech, and also desk listing, and more LSD usage later on. So it is a very big market, and it's like so many room to improve, and it says we require you guys to join together that we can build a better DeFi and also build a better Filecoin network together. So yes, please join us, and then you can please contact me, and also try stFIL and try the referral program, and also try to add on board if you are a storage provider. It's very easy. I think you can do everything within 5 minutes. Yes, and let's shape a better future for Filecoin. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kate, for that explanation. As you can see, stFIL really try to make the process of depositing very easy. Also, the process of altcoin storage provider to get collaterals very easy, get loans very easy. So they're a consummating match of token holders and people who can generate valuable work for the Filecoin economy. I just looked up. Also, did you mention auditing stuff? Yeah. Oh, I can actually mention that because stFIL is audited by a few quite reputable auditing firms, so the security of the contract is guaranteed. I just look up on FEM dashboard made by Starboard Ventures for us. The community has trusted FEM smart contract by how much? I can tell you that it's 5 million, 5.7 million Filecoins that's been deposited to smart contracts on Filecoin network. Now that's a lot of trust, that's a lot of money that people put on FEM. So,
just play here.
Speaking of
it's possible. So just like click here and it's autoplay.
On the slide. A little bit about secure finance. And then they actually were one of the hackathon projects that were incubated through a hackathon 4 years ago. So Masa, I think it was a Hackfest, wasn't it? First Hackfest?
Yes.
That's right. Before Filecoin mainnet launch?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right, yeah. So Masa, I had the fortune to hear the whole story. I heard of the story from Timo before, but I heard the original version from Masa yesterday, and it was amazing. Actually, the concept was discussed between Masa and Wong a long time ago, and we're getting closer and closer by the day. It is my pleasure to introduce Masa, the CEO of Secure Finance, to talk about very exciting news. Over to you.
Thank you very much for a kind introduction. Again, I'm Masa Kikuchi, founder of Secure Finance. And today I'm going to talk about Secure Finance, and we are Interbank-grade crypto bond trading platform. And so I'm going to spend about 10 minutes to talk about what we provide, and also then play some cool, interesting video today. So I was so amazed by the collaboration of all the staking projects and lending projects. And about a year ago, we didn't see much of these services yet, but we see a lot of different kind of lending services. This is due to the high demand of the Filecoin storage providers, borrowing demand, and also lending demand. So we definitely need lending and interest rates market. And from my point of view, I used to work for traditional finance. When the market matures, each staking providers, lending providers, works like a bank. And then when it matures, then we need a collaborative, like a interbank level services. So we're building that kind of infrastructure for those people to collaboratively provide liquidity each other so that we can grow together. So looking back, so this is very like a concept of the market, what we're building. So from the financial market perspective, there's not much difference between traditional finance and crypto finance. I'm just trying to explain how the market is divided into two. So the market is basically what we call money market, which is less than 1 year space, and also more longer term market, which is called capital market. And I just plot like a centralized exchange, Binance, and also some kind of Ethereum-based DeFi projects. And I just pick up some famous projects. Uniswap is providing a spot exchange. You can convert tokens right away. And Aave provides lending services, but it's based on the pool-based lending, but that's a really good project. And also other lending projects, Compound, Notional Finance, they are also based on the pool-based lending services. That is great. They have their own model, own algorithm to provide defined interest rates. So we see a different interest rates over different projects. And yield is also pool-based. And FIL Finance is building order book-based thing. So we have a bunch of different lending services over there, but we never see this over 1 year space capital market. And why it is so difficult? I have been talking about it. This is more of a banking services, but actually, if you look at seriously, there's no single bank that is providing this. It's actually banks are creating a network that can lend each other and borrow each other. But because of the bank, there's no global exchange. They actually do the peer-to-peer and OTC transactions. So that's why we never seen this is happening. But when you start working at the bank, you see, you make a phone call to JP Morgan and do the peer-to-peer trade. So this kind of market is quite necessary, but it's depending heavily on the traditional infrastructure, SWIFT network, and bond transfer, settlement facility. It's very expensive, right? So we need this kind of like a system. So Secure Finance is building kind of an infrastructure built on the smart contract, which is great because we can use public blockchain to design everything, the settlement process, without like a heavy cost and no legal negotiations. So that's what we are building. So traditional capital markets. So banks are creating, as I told you, the interbank network. So we're creating a network, and they are making OTC trades, and basically it's a request for quotes. So they have to make a phone call. Hey, what is your price? And then, okay, I'll do this price. This is kind of like a inefficient. It works for the super large scale transaction, $100 million, $1 billion, that's fine. But if you want to do like $10, it doesn't work this way. So we need more streamlined process. And that's why we need order book system. Order book is more publicly, you can place the order price. It is visible, publicly verifiable. Okay, this is a price. So you can just click the button and make it execute. So that's what we want to achieve. So it's very similar if we achieve the same architecture on a block DeFi space. So DeFi pools or staking services can form kind of a liquidity network. So they can collaboratively exchange the liquidity each other. And we kind of design our lending product as a standard. And also smart contract OTC market is built on blockchain, so it's very efficient, and we can build an interest rates market. And multi-currency, and minimum operation cost is really, really low. So that's how we can provide this kind of level of services to everyone. Yeah, so and then we have an architecture, but that's not enough. So think about the lender-borrower relationship. You need to negotiate, basically, what is your price? What is your interest rates? It's costly. It takes time. And also once it's done, you have to go through legal documentation. A lot of time and cost is necessary. And also you have to manage counterparty risk. It's kind of difficult. You need to manage collateral. And also there's no secondary market. It's a peer-to-peer. So if you want to unwind or cancel earlier, you actually go to the counterparty. Hey, I want to cancel. I want to return money earlier. And it takes time. It is inefficient. So how we can solve this? This is called secondary market liquidity problem. And the way we solve this is to create a smart contract counterparty in the middle so that the relationship is between lender versus smart contract and borrower versus smart contract. So the smart contract is working like a clearing counterparty. So if lender want to unwind or cancel, you don't need to talk to borrower. You can just go to the smart contract order book to unwind the position. And in order to do that, we collectively gather our experience to standardize what is the best standard bond trading platform so that there's no negotiation. It's predefined, standard templated product. So there's no legal documentation is necessary. And also automatic collateral management is possible for the smart contract. And we are building yield curve, and then it looks like easy, but it's not actually easy. So like a pool-based interest rates cannot be interpolated, but we are order book-based composable interest rates. That's why we can connect yields, and we can interpolate. And this is interpolation is really important. We can find 1.5-year interest rate. We can find 0.25-year interest rates because of the connectivity or composability. And this is due to the arbitrage-free pricing model. So yeah, and we can achieve composability, so you can combine different kinds of interest rates to build new products. So this is kind of like a whole, like a series of our standardization. Our product is zero coupon bond trading platform with fixed maturity standard, and basically it's over collateralized lending platform. And we have order book based, and we have our interest rates can be used as a benchmark rate, and this benchmark can be used for building derivatives market. And the smart contract clearing counterparty is really an important key component who is doing the mid-price rolling and the mark-to-market. So our product is simply long in the first place. So we are going to launch a long product, and on a second step, we're going to do the NDF. This is called non-derivable forward. This is kind of derivatives, but non-derivable, meaning no cross-chain things. So we just pay for the difference. That is achieving a high leverage. So yeah, then forward loan is just a visualization. It's the loan starts like from 1 year later for 1 year. So you agree for the forward loan, you don't need to do anything. Start 1 year later. And the forward FX, similarly, you exchange dollar versus Bitcoin 1 year later. You don't need to do anything. But this kind of hedging is really helps to build a institutional grade. And then we can combine all of these complex exotic products to achieve $1 billion platform to $1 trillion platform. So also we are care about community. We are community-driven DeFi projects, and we have nearly 60K, 58K Twitter numbers, and Discord is achieving, it's nearly 59K, 58.8K. And we are hosting on a weekly basis community call, sometimes 3,000, sometimes 1,000. So we have highly engaged community, and we leverage this community to get a feedback and a fast cadence of the developments. And we actually, this number tells we are becoming a top DeFi projects. And for the lending projects, I just highlighted on a light green color, and it's obvious that we are getting traction, and we want to be a top DeFi in the crypto space. I'm so proud of that. A go-to-market strategy, basically we start from crypto, but not only crypto. After Bitcoin, Ethereum, Filecoin, USDC curve, we want to incorporate more stablecoin yield curve. Then we can do dollar yen forward, etc. And then it can expand to the derivatives market. And here, today I want to make an official announcement today. We want to go mainnet live. Finally, on December 15th, we start global Itayose process. This is an order book making event. It takes 2 weeks to build the order book over 32 markets, and we open up the global markets for the bond trading from December 29th. So please join, and I'm so excited to have you on board to our platform. So yeah, thank you very much.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, that's good.
We're happy to see you guys here, and I'm from Canada, Montreal. It was a 25-hour trip. I'm so happy I'm arrived here. It's the first time I'm coming to Seoul. Yeah. So today I would like to introduce you guys a way of unlock the huge computing power existing in the Filecoin network. So first, a little bit of introduction about the first one. So start from back to 2020. We're starting as a storage provider. We are top rank in the North American competition. We still has a large number of power, manage over 500 petabytes as storage provider in North America at the moment. Our head office is in Canada. We have branches in Montreal, in Toronto. We recently will open a new office in Ho Chi Minh City as well. And we are dedicated to the cloud computing, especially decentralized part. We are Filecoin Orbit project, thanks Robert. And we are We are Google Web3 startup program participants. We're also Microsoft startup program participants. We cooperate, we are partners with NVIDIA and Seagate. So our project is funded by Binance Lab. We are Binance Lab Session 4 project. Proto Labs, we are also Channing Labs funded. We are the builder program with Channing. We graduated from RTL Ventures, SNZ Capital, Hoodtree Capital, FBG Capital, and Chang Capitals are also our investors in different rounds. So, so when we start building the dApps, what happens now is like you have thousands of blockchains can use, thousands of SDKs, and the certain problem is like where you're hosting your code. You can put your code on GitHub, right? But we all know that Tornado or some applications get banned by GitHub. And about SDK, there are so many SDKs you want to use, you integrate each of them one by one. And after you finish all the hard work, you still have one step further. You need to deploy your application. So we know that with static page, you can deploy on IPFS, right? There was some IPFS hosting solutions, you can deploy your pages. But what do you want more than that? We want Stable Diffusion deployed, or you want the AI-driven tools, or you want something like a decentralized database where I can put. There's no clear answer for that. There's no easy way. So what we are doing to solve this issue? So this is what we currently provide as a Lagrange. Lagrange is the latest and the most advanced product produced by Swan. So we provide you a way to doing the IPFS hosting, and there will be 4 gateways IPFS worldwide provided by Swan network on top of Filecoin infra. And you will be able to converting any code you own. For example, you have data, you have something like images or music you want to convert into NFT. You will be able to using our solutions easily mint an NFT and then back up to Filecoin network. And you can do continuous delivery and using the global deployment resource from worldwide. So this is a screenshot of our software. You'll be able to hosting your code, get every content CID hashi, and you have a command line tool to push to the Git to manage your source code. And this is the use case currently we have. So you'll be able to run in Jupyter Notebook with MATLAB on top of the Filecoin sealing machines. So which means that if you have anybody who is storage provider here, you must be very familiar with your strong, powerful PC1 machine, PC2 machine, and the C2 machine. Can anybody tell me like what kind of application should be running on the PC1? What kind of application should be running on the PC2 machine? Just a guess. Right. Anyone knows that?
한국어로 번역하면 PC1에서는 어떤 어플리케이션이 이제 진행이 되고 PC2에서는 어떤 어플리케이션이 진행이 되는지 물어보고 있어요.
Yeah. Okay. So like I just gave you guys the answer. So obviously like because the MATLAB or something like a Jupyter Notebook can use without the GPU, so which means that it's running on top of the PC1 machine because there's the AMD enhanced. They have more than 64 cores, very good for running the case like the Jupyter Notebook. So Stable Diffusion requires GPU, right? Usually it requires if you only have 1070, it's not good enough. You need at least 3080, which is 10 gigabyte memory GPUs. So Stable Diffusion should be running on PC2. And for other applications like gaming and music generation, it can run either on PC1 or PC2 machines. Right? With C2, will be very good for Stable Diffusion if you don't really need a large memory. But because you at the same time you need some space to store your data, so you're better running on PC2. Yeah. And I have a video I want to play. I'm not sure I can open it.
Demo?
Yeah, it's a live demo. Yeah, so this is
Web3 using decentralized computing power for code sharing and development. As a user, you can access spaces created by others. You may notice that this Stable Diffusion space is supported by 2 computing providers, and each from different location. Let's select Computing Provider 2 and generate some images. It only takes a few seconds, and you can change and generate another image if needed. Click here to explore the available configurations. You can choose from hardware like 3070 to E100. Lagrange ensures your code is hosted on IPFS and gets access power to a global network of GPU providers. Currently, Lagrange provides 23 nodes in over 15 cities with over 100 GPUs for your use. Thank you for using Lagrange.
Yeah, this is just a very short video about what is Lagrange and how it looks like. So the video itself is hosting an IPFS as well, and from one of the data center currently providing the Filecoin mining services. Yeah, so let's talk about how we can achieve this. So behind the scenes, there was actually a large group of supporting from the community of Filecoin. So there was over 70,000 users signing up, and 200 storage providers we have been served in the last 4 years. We transferred over 200 petabytes of data as a FirePass program. There was over 1,000 applications have been deployed. You can see that different people, even from Ukraine, the support the work, they join us and to provide the computing power. For now, it's already, when I was making the slides, it was about 100,000 hours GPU computing power have been delivered. I believe the numbers now is around 150. Yeah. When at the peak time, we take about 20% of the DR storage on the Filecoin network. On the technology side, behind the scenes, there was a very complicated tech stack. So there was storage, which is based on IPFS and Filecoin backup layer. On the payment side, we're using the Filecoin payment, Binance chain, Polygon chain, wallet integrations, so you can choose a different, from MetaMask, choose a different payment like stablecoin to pay for the services. On the edge computing side, we're working closely with cross-chain solutions, deliver the computing power from different chain to Filecoin infra. So we are working closely with Chinese CCIP, which is just recently released. Another more detailed demo will be a step independent space. We have found that how to using the Chinese CCIP. We are also using AWS and Google to add it as a plus to the existing decentralized network. In some regions, need a huge power, so AWS and Google can be used as emergency power for computing. Even though they are too expensive, we don't like it, but sometimes there are huge demands. That's why they give us about $200,000 credits to using their infra. Yeah. The city access is something on our roadmap. We're looking forward to working with Saturn and other projects in the ecosystem to provide global accessibility for the computing power. The infrastructure provides a new time-proof computing engine. So the core of the time-proof computing engine is the data. The data needed to be time-proof stored, which means that your payment, your contract from your user to the vendors should be permanent storage somewhere. It can be on smart contract, it can be on, for the big data files, it can be on IPFS, and then for the permanent archived data, for example, the huge models, images, NFTs, it should be on Filecoin. So with bring all the merits from different blockchain together, we're building a superpower modularized blockchain with ever existing. That is the first one network. We already have lots of partners using our product, like ORT Computer Coin, that's one of our customers. We have a PPIO, Uppers Network, they're using our service to provide their AI image generation engine now. We have Uppers Network from Sui, we're working closely with us for the gaming deployment, and also Farmine, Dakai, Web3 Cloud, and those, some people from Extrabits, AI companies, all using our solutions. So this is our roadmap. We are doing lots of work on we released the first product, IPFS-based multi-chain storage, as the IPFS layer on top of Filecoin is delivered 2022 and Q4 last year. We get a very good increase of the usage as an IPFS solution. Then we converting those data storage to data NFTs and we win the first place in the NFT competition in spring hackathon of Chainlink. Then we launching the computing provider this year, middle of the 2023. Now we are still in the process. Currently we are working on the payment. There will be an interesting feature to be released this year is like, as a space owner who using the GPU card power, you are be able to add in the feature to do in-app purchase, like a Google store or like Apple store. So which means that if you create a stable division or you create a Jupyter Notebook space, you can ask your user who use your services pay you and you get 70% of the income as an Apple store. You get other support as marketing and etc. So as a layer 2 solution, we are going to launching our testnet this Q4 and there will be another mainline launch in 2024. Yeah, currently we are in the main Mars testnet, so we have about 2 weeks to close it. So main goal is to building a beautiful sign to create as a builder or as a user or as a computing provider, you can use those resources to build a metaverse composed of landscape, creatures, vehicles, or space race. So you just see like the warrior we just created. That's one example you can create to conquer the Mars, even though there's nothing on Mars yet. Yeah. You can go to more information at the link below. Yeah, so if you're interested about us and want to join our community and talk about the future development, anything you're interested, like please scan the code and join us. Thank you.
After 15 minutes presentation, you said, can I understand Lagrange is a decentralized computing?
Yeah, the entire first one is doing decentralized computing. Lagrange is the DApp, the decentralized application.
It's application.
It's the DApp, so you can pop up using the using a MetaMask to pay for building a space or deploy your Docker file to building your application. So it's just a DApp. The first one itself is doing the computing networks.
And you have web application, but like smartphone, web browser?
No, we don't do smartphone. Currently we are supporting the browser base. It's like a Web3 version of Hugging Face.
And your target customer is developers?
Yeah, developers, users. Yeah, developer is a major user.
For non-Web3 guys, non-developers, it's really hard to understand what you are doing, right?
Well, if you're a UI designer, you can use it for generate different images, like a UI designer, like a designer. So you want to, and there was other applications like a music generator. If you want to generate music for your usage, you can using there was other space called a music generator as well. Actually, when you see like the video we are doing, the voiceover is created by Lagrange space. It's an AI generated voice. It's not my voice.
You also do the AI?
Yeah, everything we are doing now, we are using AI.
You do everything?
Yeah.
Great. So
next time you want to see me, you will see a virtual Charles here.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Charles.
Cool. I just learned that there's AI tools that can generate slides for you. All you need is to present some endpoints and scripts, and it will spit out the presentation. Hopefully, it looks like this. And if you get a hologram technology, maybe you can generate a presenter as well. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the development of Liquidity, because if you, so my role is developer advocate. I went to probably a dozen hackathons last year, in person or online, to talk to decentralized application developers. There is still today, no good solutions for hosting applications in a peer-to-peer way. So that's peer-to-peer compute that Charles talked about. I really hope to see the mainnet launch soon.
What is the estimated timeline?
Q2 like next year.
So let me just get this on recording. It's a Q2 next year for mainnet launch from Charles.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everything's already done.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. we have another mainnet launch now today. Now, speaking of funders, another funder that I have met, a very talented funder, is Melvin Wong. Sorry, Wong is your last name?
Correct,
Yeah,
yes,
Melvin Wong.
correct.
So I first met Wong because a grant application. So Filecoin Foundation approved 500 grants, developer grants, last year. That equates to a few $1 million of commitment to the community. And one of them was Melvin Wong's project. I became the technical sponsor because I'm very interested in the project. It solves a problem that a lot of people don't realize yet. It solves a problem that big platforms are, they don't care about some people's content. Now, let's hear from Melvin, without further ado, CEO, founder of Lifefram, beyond GameFi and DeFi. Melvin, welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I don't have much time, but we are in the middle of Korean blockchain week right now, right? I want to ask you guys some questions. I think some people are already trying to, very bored. Who come from the furthest land far away from Korea? Oh, thank you. Please, where are you guys from?
Serbia.
Serbia, welcome to Korea. Awesome. How about you, sir? Anyone else? Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Canada, 25 hours. Thank you so much for coming here. I'm not Korean, my wife's Korean, but I'm based in Korea, so it's only take like 10 minutes for me to come here. Jung is Germany. Jung is from Melbourne,
Australia, yes.
Australia. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for coming here to listen up to all our boring speeches, especially mine. Okay, so I want to ask you guys another question, right? You guys have been going to a lot of events. Have you seen any NFT ticketing? You know about NFT ticketing, right? But we have not seen any NFT ticketing. Why? Okay, hold your thought because we're gonna discuss that in a while. So my talk is about, well, mirror, mirror on the wall, what's beyond the DeFi and GameFi world? Okay, I don't like to talk about myself so much, so I've been in the tech scene for 19 years now with 2 acquisitions. Yeah, that's it. So, I want to tell you guys a story about how I started this. In 2013, my aunt passed away. So I want to find a way to remember her. But also I thought, okay, just go and search, go and create a Wikipedia page for her. So I created a page, I uploaded on Wikipedia, and within half an hour, it was deleted. Why? Because my aunt, well, she was a nobody. And she was not notable enough to be on Wikipedia. That was a problem. Most of us are not public figures. Only certain people can be on Wikipedia. Although I'm on Wikipedia, but most people are not on Wikipedia, right? So, and then fast forward many years, there's this thing called Filecoin, right? And then they have this hackathon, which is on November 2021, the sponsored hackathon called Babylon 2.0 hackathon. So I thought of this idea, hey, why not we use Filecoin as a platform for us to create a Wikipedia for people who has passed away, deported people. So that's when I submitted that project. It was called Purepedia, and we actually won the main prize for that hackathon. And eventually, we have more support from Filecoin. We got the micro grant, first micro grant from Filecoin, and eventually the OpenDev grant. So today, this is Lifefram. You can go to lifefram.org. We have over 1 million biographies. All our data is now available on IPFS. Okay? So this is an example of a page. For example, you have anyone who has passed away. In Korea, I know you guys don't practice this. You don't have obituaries. But outside of Korea, you have a lot of this. We practice a lot of obituaries, especially in the US, the Western world. So this is an example of a Lifefram page of this person who has passed away, Nicholas Dorsos. So we have data about them, and then you can have a link that you can actually view the data on IPFS, this decentralized storage. All the data currently is available at IPFS. This is a nonprofit encyclopedia of the departed. So this is how we store our data. We have a centralized AWS server, and also we have IPFS nodes, which actually we upload the data to NFT.storage. I think you guys know about that. It's a free NFT storage provided by Filecoin or IPFS. And from there, we have another node, IPFS node, which is based in Singapore. Our centralized server is in North Virginia, I believe. So it's quite decentralized in that sense. So we have another node in Singapore which actually pulls or pin the data from NFT storage to our NFT IPFS node in Singapore. So it's very redundant in that sense. So we have 3 copies of our data. So currently we have over 1 billion obituaries, basically in a quite decentralized network. And you can always pin all data because everything is on IPFS. Now, the good news about us is that we are supporting the local funeral business. For example, these are the leads. This is our Google Analytics. This is what has been happening. So we are actually generating leads to funeral businesses' websites. This is for all the companies based in the US because most of our data is coming from the US. So from our website or from our that you click on the link, it links you back to the original page where the obituary was placed. So we are actually supporting local deathcare industries. So Web3 world supporting the Web2 world. So this is live. So our site has been live for, I think, almost 2 years now. So we have been, it's been good for us because we're actually helping the community. And again, it's a non-profit thing. Now another side project that I've been working on is actually called Midnight. And why I'm talking about this project is because it's a free to use tool. Today you can use it, it's live. It allows you to mint tokens on Filecoin FBM, which is EVM, at no cost. So it's free to use. I'm not making a single cent from this. 这个 don't 없어요. Okay, so it's free to use. We actually recently won some prizes on the some hackathons. So you can mint ERC20, ERC71, 1155 tokens, single or bulk. Only thing you have to do is you have to pay for gas. I don't stake tokens, I don't stake coins, so I'm not making a single cent from this. So it's absolutely free for you guys to use. Furthermore, we are offering free file tokens on our Discord server. You can request for it because I know the pain of trying to purchase or trying to swap tokens from one network to the other, the bridging, etc., etc. So once you get the tokens from us, we can immediately let you go to our site, start minting tokens. If you have any NFTs you want to mint, any kind of ERC20 tokens or 1155 tokens. So why I'm talking about that, the reason why I was talking about that platform is because of some of the problems of use cases that we can explore using Web3. This couple, based in Virginia, was caught because they committed a $31 million coupon fraud scheme. So coupon fraud is a huge problem, not just in the US, around the world. Okay. Because, well, as you can see, all the coupons are paper coupons. So let's say, for example, excuse me, where are you from?
China.
China. 名字是什么？
流利.
Liu Li. Okay. Let's say Liu Li has a cafe in Korea, right? And let's say you, sir, where are you from?
Japan.
Japan. Oh, your name, please. Your name? Yoshan. So he's a visitor in Korea. She wants to encourage people to go to a cafe to buy her coffee. She wants to give, let's say, 50% discount. Obviously, for her, she has to go and get software to employ this two-putting system, which costs money to her, subscription costs, hardware costs, and perhaps he has to download an app. Then he comes to Korea, download the app, go to a workshop, go to a cafe, and to redeem the coupon. What if you can do all this in using the current Filecoin EVM infrastructure without having to pay upfront costs? Right? For example, you can actually mint NFT coupons, digital coupons. In fact, in your wallet, she can mint it, and she can put into his wallet, send to his wallet. He can go to her cafe and redeem it. And you can even make it into a soulbound token, which means he cannot transfer this coupon to anyone. He cannot sell it on OpenSea. It's only for him to use to go to a cafe, to go to her cafe and use it. So that's today what you can do with the platform that I just mentioned to you, Midnight.io. Now, the question that you might ask is, how do I burn the coupon after I use it, right? Because you don't want him to use it again. It's only one-time use. It's 50% discount. It's a lot, right? In fact, can we actually burn a person's coupon or NFT, which is NFT coupon, in a person's wallet? Any developers here? Is that possible? Yes, it's possible, because it's all just programming. So you can program your smart contract. When you deploy on Filecoin EVM, it costs you only, what, 0.001 cents just to deploy a contract. To mint the token is even cheaper. So then, after the coupon has been redeemed, you can actually burn that coupon in that person's wallet as a retail owner, like a cafe owner. Okay, I just want to show you the video of how it works, how you redeem it.
The summary of our tokens is an NFT. I'm allowing my company.
Okay, so this is a quick way to how you actually mint it on this platform. Again, it's free. I'm not making sense from this. Okay, so here's the part we have on MetaMask wallet. In the wallet, you have a coupon. We're going to add this. Let's just fast forward this. Okay, so there's a Zalket Bistro. It issues a coupon, NFT coupon. This is the coupon. So first, we need to verify who owns that wallet, right? You go to verify.midnight.io. It's free to use. So this is a page that could show on your POS system. The user opens his MetaMask, scan the QR code, and verifies that he owns that coupon by doing a simple signature. Then it's verified. So you know this person owns that wallet. So it's not just someone flashing you a screenshot. With that, you know that the person has already owned that wallet, owned that wallet which contains the NFT. You can go ahead and burn it. On Filecoin EVM, for example. So it's a digital coupon. You can control the non-transferability of this coupon. And moving forward. Sorry, where's the slide again? Any questions so far? No? All right, so that's how it works. And you can go to verify.midnight.io. It's totally free. This is going to be open source soon, so I'm supposed to upload the data, the code on GitHub. So you can actually download the code. Now, another problem I've seen that in Korea especially, this is a scene from Parasite. Everyone watch Parasite? Of course, Korean, right? I have a friend who actually, a person that I know, who actually tells people that he's from a university, but he's never been to a university. In Korea, it's very true, right? People fake their academic credentials. Not just in Korea, around the world. People fake they're from Seoul National University because of a guaranteed employment, lifetime employment, virtually. Agree with me? Yes? So how can we fight certificate fraud? Not just in Korea, but around the world. It's the same thing. What I just mentioned with NFT coupon. You have NFT certificates. You mint a certificate on an NFT, you issue it, someone goes to the interview, you verify this, you can actually verify the certificates with a QR code and verify that this person owns this NFT in his wallet, which is SBT, soul bound. It's bound to the person's soul. So this NFT cannot be transferred outside to anyone else. So you can verify that this person owns the wallet and also he owns a degree, essentially. If there's an issue, NFT can just go and delete this NFT, certificate in the contract. As simple as that, just like the coupon thing. So you can actually implement this today. Seoul National University, any university in the world can actually implement this NFT certificate system. Any questions so far? No? Oh, sorry. All right, so these are other use cases you can implement with midnight.io. It's a free tool again, you can go and use it. I don't make a single cent from it. You just have to pay for gas. I don't stake as well. So this is one of the example by Etihad recently for the Mission Impossible NFT membership club, I think. Right, so that's it. Any questions?
How many profiles do you have on live right now?
We have more than 1 million.
1 million? You reached that number?
Yeah,
Oh, great.
1.2 million perhaps.
Yeah, very nice. Any questions from the audience?
Tough questions so all can learn from this? Yes.
We have a friend who is building
It's okay. Yeah.
We have a friend who is building a restaurant engagement platform. They do. It's basically a TikTok for restaurants.
Cool.
And I think they might be interested in integrating with coupons, attaching fuzzy tokens, because they also use MetaMask and things.
Awesome.
I'd love
Yeah.
to like,
Sure. Yeah, we can connect later. Any other questions? Thank you so much. 감사합니다.
Yeah, I already started.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm glad he knows so much about us. So I don't have to introduce us too much. So let's begin, right? So let's start off with our background history. I'm not sure what happened. Sorry, it should be darker. But we founded at 2019, and with the vision of the fully decentralized ideology of Nakamoto's. So everything should be peer-to-peer and as decentralized as possible. So in 2020, we have released the first relayer and our light clients, but that was really early without a lot of new technologies that we got. So in 2021, we introduced our own chain, so a relay chain, and then we utilized CK technology in it. So basically having more benefits when communicating, so less proving time and better security. So our 5 main points of Map protocol is security and all-chain coverage, instant confirmation, minimal cost, and really developer-friendly product and infrastructures. So let's talk about a little bit about me. So it become dark again. Sorry, give it a sec. So I'm Jason. I'm from University of Hong Kong, and I'm 22 years old, and I'm currently a full stack, a smart contract, and a DApp dev. So I'm with Map Protocol, A52F3, Somi's team, and also our own hackathon team. So this is my Twitter, or X, if you're catching up. So feel free to follow me, or we can connect later. So these are some of the statistics about Map Protocol. So we have 124K Twitter followers. We have around 20K monthly active users. These are the more nerdy stuff. So transactions and cross-chain assets is pretty high. So we can dig into the tech a little bit now. Oh, these are our partners. So if you're interested, then feel free to take a photo, or if you know some names, then yeah, that's it. So let's do some comparison between Map Protocol and other cross-chain platforms or infrastructures. So mostly we are fully decentralized with light clients and CKs. So our chain confirmation is almost instant, and our target audience is really about developers developing their own dApps. So with a lot of support and dev documents focused on that. And we also support EVM and non-EVMs by communicating with them and seeing what their hashings and stuff will be. And our gas fee is probably the lowest, except for layer 0. So because they're oracles, so they have a lower gas fee by default. So a really high-level understanding is that we have kind of a 3-layer type of structure. So we have the relay chain in the bottom. So they are powered by our light clients and messengers. So messengers is basically a a communication between our dApps and the chain, and then it will, the relay chain will bypass it with messengers to other chains. So that's omni-chains. So yeah, talk slower. Okay. So talking about our omni-chain interoperability, so we support EVM and non-EVM chains by having basically light clients on all the chains with nodes. So basically utilizing CK technology to generate proofs when there are a event emitted from one chain. So the messengers will pass the proof and all the parameters to one of the smart contract in one of the chains, and then by that it communicates with other chains. So these are all the chains that we support and will be supporting soon. So Filecoin is one of them, and we hope to collaborate with Filecoin to solve the omni-chain issues. So this is a more technical view. So it should be, yeah, if you're interested, then feel free to ask me for this photo, but I don't think you can see it really well. So talking about our utilization in CK. So basically we have CK in our light clients, and it encrypts the block heads and from the target blockchain, and then pass to messengers to deliver that message, and then the light client, the other way around. So messengers will detect a change in the target chain, and then light clients will do the verification by basically unpacking it and verifying it. So, and then that's basically how we utilize CK. So it's pretty simple and not a lot of massive improvement to that. So let's talk about our use cases, right? So one of the cross-chain use cases is pretty simple. It's just a swap. Basically, we have a partner with ButterPay. So they are targeting seamless payments. So they utilize Map protocol for bridging. So they also have a SDK that helps developer to make their own tools based on their app. And then a second use case is one of the organization that I'm working in. So so we have a omni-chain ERC 721 or a ERC 155 ticket minting. So basically, the issue is that many people have different portfolios. So people have asset on Arbitrum, people have asset on Ethereum. So we want to cover most of the people when they are attending an event. So they can log into our website by connecting their wallets and then purchasing a ticket on their desired chain. So basically, we have 90% crypto native token coverage. So basically, just diversify our event participants. So what's next about Map protocol? So we think that the infrastructure is basically ready. So we are onboarding some builders, some programmers to our chain, to our infrastructure. So we're setting up some builder grants. We're setting up a workshop for people to learn about Map protocol. And also we want our community members to feel contributed. So for now, our documents is, to me and to most of people, it's too technical. So we hire some of the community contributors to try to help us optimize the documents to everyone so that basically everyone can understand. And if you're interested, feel free to visit our forum and let's collaborate together. So too long didn't read about about Map protocol is that we're basically an omni-chain protocol that is actually decentralized and with Nakamoto's ideology. So We have utilized relay chains, CKs, and Lagrange to achieve that. And then we support EVM and non-EVMs. And developer-friendly already have some adoptions and use cases, and we are ready to have a tight-knit community and rewarding our builders. And this is a small collaboration with A52, so we have a Maple Academy. So if you are interested, feel free to register for airdrop, and we are basically only collecting your email and wallet address for that. Yeah, and basically that's it. And if you are interested also to our tech, so this is the light book that 20 something pages, and feel free to follow us. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Anyone has questions about map protocol or omni-chain? No?
What is omni-chain?
Oh, omni-chain is basically, so we got all the different chains. For example, Ethereum, Arbitrum, Binance, so they cannot communicate together. And we are an infrastructure that helps them to communicate with each other. So if you have activities on Binance chain, we'll help it to go through a process and pass it to all the other chains.
What's the difference between Chainlink and map protocol?
That's a really good question. Let's go. I love it. So Chainlink is not here, but Chainlink utilize Oracle. So Oracle is basically they have a multi-computing kind of multi-party computing, so MPCs. So basically they are decentralized, but they take a long time, or they are not really updating fast. So they rely on a lot of computers to try to compute or have a consensus on a new thing. So that's why they're called oracles, because to the blockchain, the information is so new. So they're oracles. And the main difference is that oracles basically have a issue where it could be, I don't know how to say that in English, but let's see.
In Chinese, I can translate.
共风险就是有一个 risk of 大家都是 collusion risk. Yeah.
Okay.
So layer 0 also uses Oracle, so feel free to decide things. And they only support EVMs.
Do you use the graph as well?
The graph, we are planning to integrate that. Yeah.
And what can I do with map protocol and Filecoin?
So basically we are trying to bridge over to Filecoin also. So Filecoin activities to other chains, and we are thinking about probably end of year. So supporting Filecoin network. Yeah.
So with Secure Finance, we build a DeFi DeFi platform on Ethereum, but we want to
Perfect.
communicate or bridge between Filecoin chain. Can I use map protocol?
Definitely, we can talk more after this. I think my boss will be very happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So your target customers or audience is developers, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? How many chains have you integrated so far already?
I believe 7. We have just
They're
onboarded.
quite different, right? So it's not just Ethereum compatible. You can do non-Ethereum as well. Which
Yes.
ones are they?
I believe there are. Let's see. Oh, it's not updated. This one.
I remember maybe it's still in the works. Aptos, was it?
Oh, Aptos is in the work.
Okay, yeah.
But we already support one of the chain that doesn't have EVM.
Yep, right, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason, for the presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So one of the things that live client technology can bring to us is instant transfers, right? So on Ethereum, if you have transacted before, you need to wait 1 or 2 minutes sometimes when the network is when the blockchain network is slow. It doesn't feel like a bank transfer. It doesn't feel like a payment system, does it? When we pay by Kakao T, it's instant. The other side receives that as well. So live client is a technology that enables instant transfer and give you a confirmation right away without having to download all of the blocks right from our machine. So this is one reason why live client is part of the endgame for Ethereum. And Filecoin is also working on actually. Now, we have another LSD, liquidity solution for Filecoin coming up, and their name is Collectif DAO. And I have to say I'm one of the backers of Collectif DAO, and I stake with them. And now I welcome back to introduce Collectif DAO solution to everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Bach. I'm one of the co-founders at Collectif DAO, and it's a pleasure to come to Korea. It's first time in your hometown, and it's an honor to be a guest and a presenter for the conference that was organized by my previous team members at Secure Finance. So the topic today is an evolution of services for storage providers. Essentially, okay, yeah. I'll start with my fast introduction. I'm encrypted since 2017. Since 2020, I built on top of Filecoin. So within the Protocol Labs network, I'm a member of for over 3 years now. I was a co-founder before at Secure Finance, used to mentor students at Harvard, and now building Collectif DAO, which is liquid-staked on Filecoin. Oops. Seems like maybe, yeah, okay. What makes Filecoin network unique is its combination of proof of work and proof of stake components at the same time. If you are a storage provider, you essentially have to invest in the storage capacity and get a bunch of Filecoins to onboard the storage capacity in the Filecoin network. Those fields are typically locked from 6 to 18 months. And in exchange to that, Filecoin network gives you mining reward and network collateral. This unique combination comes with a big problem, which is a current network imbalance, because we don't have native staking mechanics on the Filecoin chain itself. So if you hold Filecoins, you suffer a high inflation rate, which is 40% today, and there is no utility other than just use FIL for the storage deals. And for storage providers, it's actually a double spend on the capital investments, meaning that the network cannot sufficiently grow at the maximum capacity that it can with a native staking mechanism. This problem was partially solved by centralized lending before. Some of the storage providers here today have been engaging with Dharma and some other centralized lenders to get more access to the Filecoins in order to pledge and boost their mining businesses. And we see that FVM launch created this new wave of startups coming in to the Filecoin, trying to solve this problem. But problem still remains the same, because many of the upcoming projects are still relying fundamentally on the lending products themselves. So what makes us different is that we are the first native liquid staking solution for Filecoin network. And it's important to understand for stakers' point of view, and probably storage providers know it much more than myself, that your reward structure is actually non-linear, and it's vested over time, because only a quarter of your rewards are distributed instantly, and 75% of your rewards are vested over 180 days. This creates a current imbalance with lending solutions. For example, here is an analysis of a deal for a 1 million FIL for pledge with 16% interest rate. The repayment amount for storage providers for 210 days will be actually more than the total amount of available balance on their miner, meaning that SPs are not profitable for 210 days, and they will have to find 23,000 FIL coins out of the pocket cost in order to pay up the difference between available rewards and repayments for the loans. So the immediate solution comes in, which is we have to reinvent and recreate a staking mechanism for the whole chain itself. This is why we built the first native liquid staking protocol on Filecoin. It's a very simple model. It's a profit sharing between stakers and storage providers. Stakers get 40% of rewards. Storage providers get 60% of rewards. SPs are not losing ownership of their miners. The protocol only behaves as a beneficiary address on a smart contract level. On the current metrics today, we have onboarded huge storage providers that has 6% of the network and 1.3 exabytes of total quality adjusted power in the network. And we have a proven demand of 25 million FIL for our protocol already. I personally have a domain expertise in this specific problem for the last 3 years. And our domain expertise allowed us to make the protocol more capital efficient for storage providers and stakers. We make 40% more earnings for storage providers, which increases the profitable period for them for up to 50 days. For stakers, it's 100% slashing protection. So stakers' position are not at risk because of the storage provider's collateral. And we onboard the best storage providers in the network. At least 25% of FIL plus deals has to be on the total QAP of SP, which gives them, those storage providers, 4 to 5 times more rewards on tip per RBP. Because we don't look at QAP, it's the same for everybody.
Quick question. For stakers, you mean 100% protection? It means no risk.
Yes.
I stake and no risk.
Yes.
Oh, sounds pretty attractive.
Yeah. Even if we so, the problem is that we can expect that several storage providers, at least, most of the storage providers that do 100% CC ceiling, they might suffer in the next year. They might go out of business. Our collateral model covers the risk, even if the SP is defaulting. But the type of SPs that we onboard are not likely to go bankrupt in the next year because of the declining rewards. So
there's many like pool-based Filecoin lending, let me say, Glyph or stFIL, FIL pool or something like that. Do they have slashing protection mechanism or not?
I think it's a good question to them. I only know that they do rehypothecation. They essentially use a previously owned initial pledge as a collateral on their network, on their protocols. We don't do that because we will come up with a second version of the collateral system, which will be like 5 times more optimal than any competition today. Because we care a lot about the systemic risk. How much, if you onboard a storage provider and they use initial pledge, existing initial pledge as collateral, they go bankrupt, they will lose all of their RBP. If they go with severe slashing, let's say they turned off the data center for 11 days, they lose the previous initial pledge, and RBP of the whole network also reduced. And the baseline is growing over time, meaning that raw byte capacity of Filecoin is not growing anymore. And if we create a mechanisms that force liquidations on raw byte capacity of Filecoin, it creates a systemic risk. Yeah.
Sorry for the question. Took a lot of your time.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Sure. The things that makes Filecoin very interesting from the personal perspective is that its Filecoin economy is by far the most complex out of all layer ones that you can find in the world. And we, based on our discussions with a lot of the storage providers, we identified that it's really hard for them to navigate through this complexity of Filecoin economy, how they cannot predict the future rewards for 1 year. They cannot understand what is the best sealing strategy, how to optimize the gas cost, and all those touch points. We abstract all of this complexity away, and you can think of us as a partner that can provide an information and knowledge to the storage providers. What is the best strategy for them to maximize their profits? And we go beyond just staking, because we believe that Collectif is essentially a native primitive for the whole network that other projects can build on top of it. And for storage providers to make sure that we are able to maximize their revenue from the hardware that they already have, it's either GPU or the storage hardware, we are planning to integrate them with a broader ecosystem of Filecoin projects, like compute over data networks, like decentralized CDN networks. We help them to integrate supranational recent proof system. It shortens the timeline for C2 down to 80 seconds today. So at the same time, the second product of our company is essentially a liquid staking token, which is Collectif FIL. And it's really important for us to go after the broader composability with other EVM chains, because we believe that Filecoin's DeFi will be somewhat different comparing to other L2s, other L2s or EVM, like Ethereum chain itself. And we have a long-term view in changing the narrative and perception of FIL as an asset class from you not only can pay for the storage, but you also buy Filecoins in order to stake and get very high yield, which is 16% today on our platform. So we do a lot of efforts to go after the whole staking ecosystem, and for a bunch of centralized staking providers to integrate us as a fundamental protocol beneath their interfaces. Yeah, if you have Filecoins, I'll be happy if you stake with us. We give 16.88% today. The app is available on app.collective.finance. We are fully audited, fully open sourced, built on Ethereum and Filecoin decentralized values. So, yeah, thank you.
Quick question. A follow-up question is, as stFIL, Kate just presented stFIL, and she also showed a live demo. So I would like to, could you go to your website and show what kind of user experience UI do you have? Okay.
Yeah, this is our main UI. And you can connect either your MetaMask or Ledger. I'm not sure if I can.
That is mine.
Okay. It's not my laptop, so okay.
Maybe we can do. Yeah. Let me.
Okay.
Quickly. Yeah. So. Sorry? To Filecoin chain, right?
Yeah. Do you have a Filecoin chain?
You can go ahead.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, you have Filecoin mainnet. So to access our application, you need to open your MetaMask connected to the application, and then you'll need to choose a Filecoin mainnet network. If you don't have it, go to chain list and search for Filecoin here. Oops. And you can like just press this button and add this network into your MetaMask. Yeah, here it's like you can approve this network like this, and you can switch it right here. So you, after connecting to the Filecoin mainnet chain and like connecting your wallet on our application, you can stake maybe like 10 Filecoins. As a result of this transaction, you will get 9.98 collective FIL. The reason why price is different is because collective FIL is already accruing some rewards. So in the beginning, like when we didn't have any rewards, if you stake 10 Filecoins, you get 10 collective FIL. And I believe Jenks was actually the staker who staked before we've launched like rewards distribution from the storage provider. Those collective Filecoins will accrue value over time, and you will be able to unstake and get more Filecoins later in October probably. So yeah, and after that you can stake. Obviously I cannot stake because there is no FIL balance here, but yeah, you stake it, confirm the transaction, and that's it. You stake your Filecoins. Your Filecoins will roughly earn like 16.65% APY. The reason, like you might ask, why our APY is 16%, Glyph 12%, stFIL is 10%, is because our pool model is the most optimal on the staking rewards. We don't take admin fees, so admin fees is 0. Our utilization target is 100%, meaning that we don't have any cuts on the rewards whatsoever. stFIL, by my understanding, they have 30% cut from the SP's earnings. Glyph has 20% cut on SP's earnings. So our yield, even if we charge the same value, our yield will be 20 to 30% more because of the like capital efficiency of the pool.
So it means if I stake 10 Filecoin today, and next year, this day, I will get 16 Filecoin.
Yeah.
I will earn 6 Filecoin for 1 year.
No. If you stake today, in 1 year you will get 1.6 Filecoin, which is 16%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It is floating interest.
It's a profit sharing. So the reason why it's profit sharing is because the rewards are in decline for the broader Filecoin network, and we believe that we cannot increase the financial pressure on SPs right now. It's we have to go through the bear market altogether. Rewards might go down to 12% in 1 year because the ROI over initial pledge will be less than 20, around 20. Today it's 40, so it will happen in 1 year. If your SP, make sure that you stay above profitability with 20% rewards on Filecoin. If you want to learn how we can do that, we can talk. And yeah, so like even with 20% ROI over pledge, meaning like inflation rate is 20%, stFIL and Glyph cannot charge the same interest rate they charge today. stFIL, I think they charge like on average 20.47 on a monthly basis. Glyph, it's fixed 16%. They will have to bring down their rates as well.
Yeah. Can you zoom out?
Okay.
So your UI is pretty much like Aave, as I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And APY. I also try to stake some Ether or US20 token on Aave, but the APY is floating. So the APY right now showing is the APY of today.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
It can be decreased or increased.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like what makes the difference between us and Aave is that sorry, Aave is a lending pool. So the interest rate is dependent on how much people are borrowing, and meaning that how much they are paying for the borrowing positions. In our case, the Filecoin that is staked goes sorry. The Filecoin that is staked goes directly to the storage provider's miner address. They pledge it, and they earn rewards directly from mining. So you can think of us not in a comparison specifically with Aave, more of with Lido. What Lido does is it's 90 to 10% profit sharing. 90% goes to stakers, 10% goes to node validators. The reason why we have 60 to 40 and Lido has 90 to 10, because if you run a validator on Ethereum, it costs you $150 per month. It's a simple, like, it's a medium-sized EC2 instance on AWS, and that's it. But for Filecoin, you have a lot more capital expenditures and operational expenditures in a monthly basis. So we believe that SPs have to get at least more than a half of mining rewards because of the complexity of their businesses, comparing to, let's say, Ethereum. If you compare it to Solana staking, Solana right now also like 90 to 10 is the status quo. Sometimes it's 100 to 0 because on Solana and on Ethereum they have MEV. MEV gives additional 5%. We think in the future with interplanetary consensus, we can shift towards more complex staking mechanics. We can potentially become like eigenlayer, but not directly like eigenlayer, because these Filecoins have to be secured on the Masa chain itself. So there probably might be like an interesting use case for restaking process.
Yes, thank you so much for explanation. You're super knowledgeable, and I need more time. Sorry about it. Is the Korean-speaking audience following the logic behind this? 한국어 하시는 분들 통역을 통해서 들으면 이해가 되시나요? 이해가 안 될 것 같아요. 영어로만 들어도 되게 어려운, 되게 이제 지식이 많은 친구고 하는데, so the main difference between like collective and stFIL and secure finance is we are doing the fixed interest rate, right? Secure finance is doing fixed interest rate, and you guys doing the floating.
We don't have interest rate.
So it's APY. I mean the earning.
Our product is staking. It's a profit sharing for SP.
Okay. What is main difference between what is mechanism behind the collective and stFIL? What is the main difference? Do you know each other or not?
So basically, stFIL is like market-driven interest rate, so that we base on utilization rates and also how many people stick into the pool, and also how many storage provider borrowing, so that the interest rate is floating and it's market-driven. 가능하면 시장에 겨져갈 거예요. 저는 얼마나 파일은 있어나 그리고 얼마나 그리고 그 이유는 고정은 아니에요. 네. I'm not sure about some of your questions.
Anything else from your side?
Yeah. In the case of Collective DAO, actual earnings are dependent on the inflation rate and mining rate of the Filecoin itself.
Okay. And right now we see the Collective logo, and you're always mentioning DAO.
Yeah.
You are now open source. You're totally open, and you are going to do the community governance DAO, right?
Yeah. We believe that. So our product strategy is to become a native primitive, so that we will be happy to like speak with other projects that do lending, maybe centralized lending businesses in Filecoin, for them to utilize our underlying protocol, and for them to charge like a service fee on top of us. So to have a native primitive, you need to make sure that you have a robust governance process. And it probably will take some time for us to reach the sufficient governance. And as an early governance, probably Jenks would be one of the signers. of like early governance models.
DAO members. DAO members. Wow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Bach, for the explanation of how exactly Collectif DAO, and we also had some clarifying questions about how exactly the protocol works and the differences between other protocols. Now, next topic, I'm actually personally very interested in this, is about blockchain security and smart contract security. Before a blockchain company goes for a mainnet launch, there's a lot of work that's happened at the background, and one of the work is actually making sure the system is secure. And the security is done by a really smart group of people, very talented, that is very hard to find.
Thank you.
And there are smart contract security auditors. They usually have a PhD in cryptography in many fields. So this is way we can trust blockchain projects to do the right thing. We can trust that the developers have done the right thing when we hand over our assets and essentially our trust to the system. Now, I'd like to introduce Nathan from Secure3,
Thanks.
Secure3, to talk about blockchain security and decentralization of it.
Great, thanks for the invitation, and thanks both Timo and Jenks for the invitation. And a little bit introduction of myself, because I think all of the speakers add an extra slide it's talking about their own background. I'm the co-founder of Secure3, and I dropped out my PhD from Stanford, and actually Secure3 is from the same accelerator of Filecoin, the protocol lab. So we're StartX fall 2022. And basically what we're trying to do is that we want to achieve massive adoption in the security space through a decentralized way of auditing. And yeah, this is more like a formal introduction. And basically what we are trying to do is we invite certified auditors to compete in projects auditing on our platform. Also, we validate, as a team, we validate the contest result and deliver the audit report. And we're backed by Miranda Ventures, which is the venture branch of BitDAO. Nowadays, they call themselves Mental. And also Hashkey, GGB, so on and so forth. So a bit of our clients and expertise, because like I said in the very beginning, we're fully decentralized, so that our expertise really depends on the expertise of our community. So basically, we are the only decentralized solution so far who can actually cover the infrastructure, ZK, L1, L2, so on and so forth. So we are the auditor of ZK Sync L1, also the auditor of Manta Network XDK, Mantle OP Rollup, and so on and so forth, those L1, L2 stuff. So basically the reason or the initiative for us to make the whole thing decentralized. So a little bit more context, two of my other co-founders, they were the former chief strategy officer and former head of engineer of Certic. So basically we realized that the whole centralized model is not only just like one single company or two, just like the centralized model have some like intrinsic pains that, have you guys encountered with any auditing firm previously? Pretty sure that a lot of projects do, right? So they're expensive, but you don't really know why they're expensive. And during the bull market, they have a very long wait time for the high quality firms like OpenZeppelin or TrelloBits, a couple of months till like a year. And even in like a deep bear market nowadays, TrelloBits still have like 5 weeks of wait time, which is still pretty long. And as a centralized firm, you can only hire a certain amount of people. So, which means that similar to Web 2, you have a bunch of good people working, for instance, a bunch of good programmers working for Apple, some of the good programmers working for Amazon, some of others in Google, so on and so forth. But almost all of them do Q&As in Stack Overflow in those like communities, right? And most of the time, especially in bull market, it's more like a marketing-driven business. So people don't really care about the quality. They only care about that single rubber stamp so that you can list your token into some centralized exchanges. And more importantly, the incentive for the auditor is very poor in the centralized firm because you have that fixed salary with you, and you're not incentivized to report the bug. So, I mean, basically they get paid anyway, so they can just like sit there and not doing stuff, but they still get paid, right? So what we are trying to do is called data-driven matching audit contest. So for the model data part, for the audit contest, we have all of the metadata, all of the code and the duration, etc. And for the auditor part, we have their past experience, we have their skill sets, their availability, so on and so forth. And we also collect all of the previous vulnerability found in both Security 3 audit contest and other audit report from all the existing firms. And then we sum up everything to give out the estimate coverage of all of your codes. So for instance, when you engage to Security 3, we scan your code first to extract all of the features, and we match the auditors with the right background to you, and to form a appropriate coverage of the audit contest to make sure that all of the aspect and also the peripheral studies are all covered. And the method, like I said, there's a pre-contest scan so we basically grab all of the low-hanging fruit by ourselves using static analysis and also some tools based on GPT 3.5 actually, because unfortunately enough that we still didn't get the GPT-4 API. So our model is currently trained on GPT 3.5. And then all of the higher hanging fruits, all of the because basically I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So they're not perfect on finding the logic flaws, and also it's not perfect to extrapolate their findings. I mean, machine learning is great to interpolate all of the findings, but not on extrapolation. So that's where the audit contest came in for all of the manual review for the logic flaws, because actually more than 85% of the bugs found in not only in DeFi but also the infrastructure are actually logic errors instead of implementation errors. So connecting all of the dots that I have just delivered. So 3 key terms. One is the flexibility. So we need to customize the plan for the clients because everyone have their own feature. They have their new stuff coming out. It's just not a simple fork. Because I mean, it's great. I mean, even given the fact that it's a bear market, I will say it's pretty good for the real builders because everyone is thinking so hard to build up new features and thinking about their unique niche instead of just forking the product. So we have to adopt to this scenario and get more flexibility and the customizability to the customers. Also, like I said, we incorporate all of the data so that it's basically our customization is backed by data. And also in terms of quality, the auditors are fully incentivized because it's purely performance-based award system. So if you don't find anything, I mean, unless no one else in the contest find nothing, you all divide it like 20% of the total reward pool, and the rest of them go back to the projects. So that's called reward the effort. But as long as someone has the meaningful finding, basically, if you don't find anything, that's very unfortunate. You can't get paid. So that's the incentive for the auditor to work so hard to get the thing done. And actually, we match 3 to 10x auditors on one project at one time, so that they're really focused on that single audit contest. And they're going to compete independently, anonymously, so the result is actually guaranteed by the game theory, because the natural equilibrium will drive the auditors toward reporting the bug, instead of I'm pretty sure that you guys have heard a scenario where auditing firm they don't really report any bug, but after it's launched, it just immediately got hacked, right? So we're trying to prevent those things from happening because the nature of anonymity actually rewards or encourages the bad behavior. This is what both as a project and as a security provider, we want to avoid this kind of scenario. So your journey with us, like I said previously, there will be a pre-audit scan. We scan through all of your code, take all of the features, match the people, provide the plan. Roughly, it takes about a week, but I mean, since we don't have wait time, you can just start as soon as possible. And during the contest, to be fair, a lot of projects, they just run contests for more than a week. So we have to deliver like weekly update to the project so that you guys have a sense on how many people are engaged, how many bugs are found, and you can just repair all of the findings on the fly. And for the post-audit, so basically after the contest finished, our internal team is going to do, because I'm from academia background, when I submit my manuscript to the journal, they do something called double-blind review. So we apply the same strategy to the grading process. It's called double-blind grading. So we hide the title of all of and the submitters to the graders, and they're going to grade it from the scale of 0 to 3. So if you got 2 zeros, it means that your finding is a piece of nothing, so that it got rejected. If you get 2 threes, it means that everything is perfect. We deliver to the project. And if you have 1 0 and a 1 3, which means that it's kind of controversial, so that we involve the third person coming in, and they decide whether this is a valid finding or not. And to be fair, to just try to catch up with, like the pure marketing strategy for the project, I mean, you have to deliver it to the community saying that, hey, we complete this, we complete the very thorough security check. Yeah, we're going to follow that as well. So basically, after you publish the report, we're definitely going to provide marketing and PR support, as well as 1 free bug bounty with us, because we don't take any shares for the bug bounty like in GameFi, because for all of our newly onboarded auditors, since they haven't had any track record with us, the best way for them to establish for themselves in order to be matched to the closed contest is to submit valid finding on the bug bounty, so that we're able to collect data from them and establish their own profile. So they have the full incentive to construct all of this. Yeah, I mean, this is basically elaborating what we can deliver after the after you finish the audit. And some of the case studies. So for our mantle, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. That's a OP rollup from BitDAO. So they have done multiple audits on the fork protocol with Sigma Prime and Consensus Diligence. And we do have a higher coverage on the contract, interdependency, and logic level, as I said. And Sigma Prime and Diligence, they focus more on the parameter checks, utilizations, coding styles, so on and so forth. And one advantage that we have is that we only cost like 60% of the centralized firm. And actually, most of the reward pool is given to the auditors. And the second case study is for the ARC Digital. So their first audit only found like low and informational issues, and actually they're concerned. I mean, because they are inviting a lot of institutional users and their backers to participate in their product. So it actually stirred up major concerns among investors and LPs, including Delphi and so on and so forth. And on top of Hacken's first audit, we still managed to find 2 criticals and 5 medium. And so after they complete the contest with us, Delphi acknowledged the result and other major liquidity provider, and they are able to finally launch the project. I think they are also a Korean-based DeFi protocol as well. And third case study is about the ParaX, which, I mean, they recently branded into ParaX. They used to call Parallel Finance on Polkadot and Paraspace in EVM. And their audit actually benchmarked between 7 different parties, TrilloBits, Certic, Verdice, us, QuantStamp, Slowmist, and Code Arena. And our audit contest actually found 3 critical issues on top of TrilloBits and Certic's audit. And since then, they have done 10 audits with us for all of their feature updates, and after those comparison and benchmarks. And the fourth case study is for the Seoul protocol. I do have a long description for the incidents, but long story short, we saved them $1.5 million. So we helped them even with the hotfix. So basically, definitely secure. I mean, this is more like an advertisement slide. So this is where you need to submit the request for the audit. And feel free to raise any questions or any concerns or any comments if you guys have any. And that's all of my presentation.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh yeah, of course.
Great. I will take charge of introduction for this special speaker. His name is Jung. So actually, he is Korean language speaker. So he's gonna present in Korean. And he's coming from Korean company, Korean and Japanese company. Nihon IPFS. It means Japanese IPFS. We also have a special guest from Japan. So as I know, many speakers is coming from different countries, and also audience is coming from Japan, Okinawa. Special thanks to Nihon IPFS. Let's welcome Jung to talk about the Jano Pay. Actually, the Jano Pay is, as I understand, it's an on-ramp and off-ramp payment system, and they onboarded Bach and other cryptocurrencies to their platform. Let's welcome Jung.
반갑습니다. 먼저 이런 좋은 자리에 초대해 주신 점 감사드리고요. 여러분들께 자노페이를 소개해드리게 돼서 영광으로 생각합니다. 그리고 많지 않은 한국인 스피커입니다. 좀 듣기 편하실 수 있겠는데 최대한 자세히 그리고 여러분들 관심을 충분히 만족하실 수 있는 그런 설명으로 말씀을 드리겠습니다. 일단 우리가 일반적인 페이먼트 시장에 있어서 지금까지는 현금과 그다음에 신용거래의 두 가지 종류만 존재했습니다. 그래서 가장 지금 많이 사용하고 계신 신용카드의 경우에는 여러 가지 문제점, 조금 이따 설명을 드리겠지만 여러 가지 문제점이나 불편함 그리고 비싼 수수료 등으로 인해서 기존에는 달리 대책이 없었기 때문에 사용해 왔지만 이런 페이먼트가 크립토커런시와 결합이 되면 어떤 힘을 가지는지에 대해서 저희는 주목하게 되었고요. 그래서 현재 글로벌 가상화폐 시가총액은 표에서 보시다시피 2023년 2월 기준으로 550조, 한화 550조를 돌파했습니다. 그렇지만 이런 크립토커런시, 가상화폐는 기존의 페이먼트 시장과는 좀 동떨어진 일부 특화된 혹은 특별한 시스템에서만 이용을 한다는 생각이 보편적이었습니다. 그래서 저희는 기존의 신용카드, 비자라든지 아니면 페이먼트, 페이팔이라든가 여러 가지 거래 시스템에 있어서의 가장 큰 단점인 복잡한 체계와 그다음에 비싼 수수료 등을 가상화폐를 이용하면 많은 부분을 개선할 수 있지 않을까 하는 생각을 하게 되었습니다. 그래서 이 가상화폐를 이용한 페이먼트의 가장 큰 장점은 P2P 거래로서 소비자와 판매자가 다이렉트로 거래를 할 수 있다는 점입니다. 이것은 기존의 신용거래에서는 생각할 수 없는 그런 개념이죠. 앞선 표에서 보시다시피 기존 크레딧 카드 시스템을 보면 굉장히 복잡한 단계와 각 단계에 있어서의 비싼 수수료가 필요합니다. 그렇지만 P2P 거래가 가능한 가상화폐의 경우에는 이 부분을 모두 단축시킬 수가 있으며 간략화시킬 수가 있습니다. 그래서 현재 이런 점에 주목해서 그 많은 업체에서 대기업을 비롯한 정부에서 페이먼트 사업에 많은 관심을 가지고 있습니다. 그래서 지금 보면 각종 업종을 불문하고 많은 곳에서 그 페이먼트 자신들만의 어떤 그 페이 시스템을 만들어서 보급을 하려고 많은 노력을 하고 있죠. 그래서 근데 이런 대표적인 기업들 말고도 많은 기업들이 지금 그 페이먼트 사업에 뛰어들려고 그 노력을 하고 있습니다. 하지만 이런 페이먼트 시장은 그 조금 전에도 말씀드렸지만 결정적으로 그 복잡한 그 단계와 그다음에 비싼 수수료를 필연적으로 가질 수밖에 없는 구조입니다. 이게 그 어떤 그 기축통화 베이스 혹은 신용거래 베이스로 이루어진 페이먼트 시스템은 모두 마찬가지입니다. 그렇지만 저희는 그 현 시점의 어떤 그 페이먼트나 신용거래에 있어서 그 이런 수수료와 그 복잡한 시스템을 P2P를 이용하는 그 가상화폐 시스템으로 간결화할 수 있는 그런 그 방법을 찾아냈습니다. 그래서 그 단순한 우리가 일반적인 그 지갑 가상화폐 월렛을 이용하듯이 지갑과 계좌를 생성해서 온라인 혹은 오프라인으로 결제를 하면 바로 결제한 금액이 판매자에게 입금되고 구매자에서 출금되는 그 간단한 시스템을 구현할 수 있다는 계획을 가지고 실제적으로 이 부분을 구현하고 현실화시키기 위해서 가장 먼저 그 월렛 시스템을 개발했습니다. 저희 월렛 시스템은 하이퍼프리즘이라는 월렛 시스템인데요. 이 부분에 대해서는 조금 더 설명을 드려야 될 게 기존의 어떤 그 블록체인 혹은 그 가상화폐 관련 그 개발자 혹은 회사 혹은 그 기업에서 많은 부분 힘들어 노력하는 부분이 이게 러닝 코스트가 대단히 비싸다는 겁니다. 쉽게 말씀드리자면 복잡한 블록체인이라든지 혹은 그 가상화폐 시스템을 그 주니어 개발자들이나 주니어 기획자들한테 이해시키고 교육시키고 설득시키는데 대단히 많은 시간이 필요로 합니다. 이 부분이 그 물론 어렵기도 하고 복잡하기도 하지만 기존에 갖고 있던 어떤 우리가 그 페이먼트나 혹은 그 결제 시스템과의 개념과는 많이 다른 부분이 있기 때문에 이 부분을 많이들 어려워하시거든요. 그래서 저희가 개발한 이 하이퍼프리즘은 그 실제 블록체인 혹은 그 코인과 연관된 모든 부분, 복잡한 부분은 추상화시키고 그 기획자 혹은 그 주니어 개발자 혹은 아이디어만 가지고 간단히 구현하고자 하는 분들께는 그 코인의 종류와 그 성격에 관계없이 동일한 통합된 API를 제공을 합니다. 그래서 이게 비트코인이든 파일코인이든 이더리움이든 상관없이 동일한 API를 통해서 저희가 제공하는 모든 코인에 대해 그 편한 방식으로 쉽고 자유롭게 블록체인에 접근을 하고 코인 시스템으로 다양한 그 기획이나 개발을 할 수가 있습니다. 그래서 저희 하이퍼프리즘은 파일 코인은 물론이고 그 기존에 많이 사용되고 있는 그런 코인들을 대부분 다 지원을 하고요. 말씀드린 바와 같이 가장 앞단의 인터페이스, 그 추상화된 그 통합된 인터페이스의 경우에는 거의 2주 정도의 교육으로 그 개발자들이 쉽게 코인과 블록체인 시스템을 이용할 수 있도록 구성이 되어 있습니다. 그래서 이렇게 구성된 하이퍼프리즘의 그 월렛 시스템을 베이스로 저희는 간단하게 그 원하는 코인을 선택해서 가입을 해서 계좌를 만들면 그 계좌가 곧 이제 그 지갑 주소가 되는 그런 시스템입니다. 그래서 온라인 결제의 경우에는 그 최종적으로 결제 단계에서 저희 잔어페이에 로그인해서 결제를 어떤 코인으로 할 건지만 선택해 주시면 바로 그 코인으로 결제가 되고요. 오프라인 또한 마찬가지로 그 QR코드 혹은 그 키오스크 등을 이용해서 쉽게 결제가 되는 시스템으로 구성이 되어 있습니다. 또한 그 디파짓이나 위드드로울 부분도 마찬가지인데요. 그 입금이나 송금 부분도 자신의 계좌번호가 곧 그 지갑 주소가 됩니다. 그래서 코인의 종류와 관계없이 파일 코인 물론 당연히 지원하겠죠. 코인의 종류와 관계없이 저희 하이퍼프리즘에서 지원하는 모든 코인은 다 동일하게 같은 계좌로서 한 그 고유 계좌로서 취급이 되고요. 그 계좌 베이스에 포함되는 다양한 코인들은 사용자가 직접 지정하거나 뭐 선택을 해서 지정을 하면 거기서부터 입금, 출금 등이 이루어진 시스템으로 되어 있습니다. 또한 뭐 환전도 마찬가지입니다. 그 익스체인지 부분도 그 입출금과 마찬가지로 뭐 하나의 파일 코인에서 뭐 JPYS로 혹은 뭐 그 반대로 혹은 뭐 다양한 코인들도 그 각 나라별로 맞게 그 환전 그 환율에 맞춰서 쉽고 빠르게 그 환전할 수 있는 시스템을 제공을 하고 있습니다. 또한 그 가장 큰 강점으로 저희가 내세우는 그 P2P 거래, 커스터머와 커스터머, 고객과 고객과의 그 직접적인 거래에 있어서도 저희는 에스크로우 시스템의 형태를 지원을 해서 그 파는 사람이 혹은 그 구매자가 어떤 지급 방식으로, 즉 어떤 코인을 이용해서 얼마를 지급한다라고 이제 구매 신청을 하면 판매자가 그 부분을 승인을 하면 바로 입금과 출금이 이루어져서 이 부분은 그 페이팔과 비슷하지만 페이팔과 같은 그 기존의 어떤 그 신용결제 수단이나 현금을 이용하는 것이 아닌 그 어떤 그 암호화폐를 이용한다는 그 중요한 차이점이 있습니다. 나머지 시스템은 거의 페이팔과 유사한 혹은 에스크로와 비슷한 그런 시스템을 역시 지원을 하고 있습니다. 그래서 이런 부분들이 저희가 그 강점으로 내세운 부분은 그 가장 중요한 밑단의 그 하이퍼프리즘 원래 시스템이고요. 이 시스템으로 말미암아 이런 그 가상화폐 혹은 블록체인이 있어서 그 좋은 아이디어와 높은 기획력을 가지신 분들은 대단히 많습니다. 하지만 이분들은 어떤 블록체인 혹은 암호화폐에 대한 어떤 기술적인 그 지식이 부족해서 자기가 원하는 어떤 아이디어나 기획들을 실제로 구현하는데 많은 어려움을 겪고 계신 분들이 많이 있다고 알고 있습니다. 또한 그 이쪽으로 이제 그 개발해보고 싶은 그 주니어 개발자들의 경우에도 워낙 이쪽이 그 많은 양의 그 스터디를 필요로 하다 보니까 쉽게 그 접근하지 못하는 경우도 많이 있는 것으로 알고 있습니다. 실제 저희도 회사에서 직원들을 교육시킬 때 이 부분에서 많은 어려움을 겪었고요. 그래서 그 단순히 아이디어만 혹은 기획력만 있으면 실제 그 체인에서의 어떻게 돌아가는지에 대한 자세한 지식이 없더라도 쉽게 구현할 수 있도록 만든 게 저희 하이퍼프리즘 원래 시스템이고요. 이 시스템은 물론 그 따로 저희가 그 대여도 해드리고 있습니다. 그래서 이런 부분들을 죄송합니다. 이런 부분들은 저희가 가장 장점으로 내세우고 있는 부분이고요. 그래서 이 하이퍼프리즘은 저희가 그 대여도 해드리고 있기 때문에 쉽게 어떤 그 블록체인과 그 코인들에 관련된 디앱 혹은 관련된 개발하시고 싶은 고객분들께 그 대여를 해드리고 있습니다. 그리고 저희 시스템 또한 전부 이 하이퍼프리즘 베이스로 만들어진 것들이고요. 저희가 기획하고 현재 또 만들고 있는 다른 여러 가지 가상화폐를 이용한 페이먼트 시스템이나 여러 가지 결제 시스템들 등등도 이 하이퍼프리즘 베이스로 개발이 지금 진행이 되고 있습니다. 그래서 이 자노페이는 기존의 어떤 여러분들이 알고 계신 뭐 카카오페이나 네이버페이 이런 것들과 그 마찬가지 똑같은 역할을 하지만 다만 그 베이스가 이제 암호화폐라는 것들이고요. 이런 암호화폐 시스템을 이용한 시장이 앞으로 점점 커질 것이 예상되는 바 이런 부분들에서 좀 더 그 많은 기회와 그리고 가능성들을 찾으실 수 있지 않나 그렇게 생각이 됩니다. 감사합니다.
Quick question.
Quick question?
Quick question. Any question? 제 프로덕트가 런칭이 됐나요?
네, 됐습니다. 서비스 중입니다.
알겠습니다.
네.
사용자분
아직 런칭된 지 얼마 되지 않아서 그리고 이 시스템은 저희가 그 국내보다는 유럽하고 동남아 쪽에 먼저 런칭을 했거든요. 그래서 사용하는 국가는 지금 이제 2개국 정도가 되고요. 사용자는 아직까지 그렇게 많지는 않습니다.
어떤 용도로 주로 많이 사용해요?
페이먼트, 그러니까 방금 말씀드린 것처럼 자노페이는 페이먼트 시스템입니다. 그러니까 카카오페이나 네이버페이와 똑같이 쓰신다고 생각하시면 되겠습니다. 그러니까 간편하게 온라인, 오프라인에서 결제를 할 수 있는 현금 없이 신용카드 없이 결제를 할 수 있을 겁니다. 네, 암호화폐로. 암호화폐는 물론이고 그 국가마다 좀 정책에 따라 다르긴 한데 저희는 그 필요한 라이선스를 취득하면 유럽 같은 경우는 저희가 유럽 페이먼트 라이선스가 있거든요. 그 크립토 라이선스도 있고요. 그래서 유럽 같은 경우에는 기존의 신용 결제, 그러니까 그 카드 결제 플러스 암호화폐 결제를 동시에 제공을 하고 있습니다.
감사합니다. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jung.